What's up, everybody? This is Henry Fleischer here from the Cannabis Dispatch, also the CBD Business Networking group on Facebook, and I got a very special guest today. Got Sydney Anderson of Arieyl. So, Sydney, tell us a little bit more about what Arieyl is about.
So our whole goal behind Arieyl is to become your highest self. That's the whole goal behind it. Now, our CEOs who had started this company, they have already had their past in the networking business and things like that, their experience with the CBD. So their whole goal behind starting this company was to help others get to be where they're at in life. They started very low on the totem pole, so they're trying to give advice. They're doing teachings, they do training. So our whole goal behind this is to help people with, now I can't make any medical claims just due to the business, but a lot of our stuff is to help with mental things, help with physical body things, things like that. But the whole thing behind Arieyl is just to become your highest self. So that's kind of what we pursue in the company.
Got it. And how long ago did you get involved with Arieyl as well?
So Arieyl was an idea a while ago, like years ago. We decided to start pre-launch December 1st of this last 2020 year. We are actually still technically in pre-launch. We were going to do our full launch on July 1st, but we did push it back to August 1st just to make sure our back office and our online and everything, the merchandising and everything was properly set up and that we had our warehouse and everything would be. So we do launch in August 1st, but we started pre-launch December of 2020.
Got it. So, so you're looking for like September as the ideal launch date then?
August 1st actually is our full launch date. So we would have been in this for about 7 months already. Already doing products, doing our testing, different things like that.
What was it that made you want to get involved with CBD?
I've always had a past of using CBD. It's just kind of always been something that I've had. If it wasn't like creams that I'd get for, like, I have really bad muscling, 7 to 25. I know it sounds bad, but I have horrible body aches. So CBD is something that's really helped me in my life. So when I've been a part of 2 other networking companies and it didn't go anywhere. Mary Kay was one of them, but I'm not one that can sell makeup. I don't wear it, so I don't sell it. That's just not something that I can do. So when this opportunity had kind of opened its doors for me, it just kind of sparked a fire in my stomach because it's something that I truly care about. It's stuff I've done my own research on. It's stuff that I got my family to actually try out and use. So it's something that I feel like I can actually help people with. So that was the main goal behind starting.
Got it. What's been the toughest thing so far going through the pre-launch phase?
I would say honestly, because we are a new, like brand new company, I can't really say brand new now, 7 months into it, but at the time we were a brand new company. So people were a little skeptical. I don't think they fully understood what CBD, CBG, and CBN can do and what they are. We have a lot of other things in our products like ashwagandha, guarana, different things that are just very beneficial for it. So getting people to, I don't really tell them what things do. I have them go do their own research because, don't let me be your last step. You go do your own research on it. You do whatever you need to, write down whatever you need to. So I think that was the hardest thing is people just were very skeptical of CBD in general because I think they compare it to other things when it's, obviously not the same concept. So that was really hard. Now that we've been in launch and they've kind of see our testimonies from people who have used our products, using our own testimonies, it's starting to get people to kind of open their eyes more. So I think that was kind of the hardest thing was just getting people to either try it or, just keep putting it out there and seeing if people would be interested.
Got it. And what would you say is the toughest part about being in this business this year?
Honestly, I feel like if we would have launched last year, it would have been a lot more difficult. This year, like I said, people are just very skeptical when you say the word CBD. It's just something that people just aren't very familiar with. So it's kind of a hard concept to get across to people and for them to understand. I mean, honestly, I don't have a hard time, you know, informing people of what it is, what it can help with. Somebody's saying they have a headache or muscle pains. I'm like, hey, this is what it works for. I'm more than willing to let you try it for free, get your money back if it doesn't work for you. So I still think that would be the hardest thing about this year, is like now that we're past the majority of, the COVID pandemic, I think that it's still just getting people to open their eyes to new things and to try things that they never really expected to do before. I kind of say they were one in the hand, just kind of both the same thing. Just hard to get people to open up and try different things they've never done before.
Oh, got it. Yeah, I think it's always like whenever something different comes around, people are always like, "Oh, I'm not sure."
Yeah, some people hop right on it because it's brand new and something they've never seen before, and other people are like, whoa, you said CBD, I'm comparing it to this. So yeah, it's definitely a challenge sometimes.
Oh, yeah. So if a customer was to choose between Arieyl and three others just like it, why'd you suggest that you give the customers give you a try first?
I don't want to like put any like things out there about any other companies. I don't know exactly what people put in their products. But all of our products are 100% natural. I mean, we might put a little flavoring in there to kind of help make it taste a little better, but there's nothing extra added in there. We don't hide anything from anybody. I'm one that very much used to go to smoke shops and try and find CBD products there. And there were even things in those CBD products that I wouldn't put in my own body. So I wouldn't expect other people to do the same thing. So I would just say, not necessarily like, hey, you should try this first, but I would just look into the ingredients, make sure you know what you're ingesting, make sure, you do your own research on that company to make sure they're all natural and, fully beneficial for you. But the fact that I know what goes into our products, I know that we do months and months and months of testing. Our CEOs are the first people to try these products. So if they are not okay with what's in it or how it tastes, they don't push it past that third party testing. And we do have information on our third party testing for our products as well.
Oh, so you do have COAs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's a husband and a wife. They started networking companies a long time ago, and when the chance pursued that they could do a CBD company, feel natural and beneficial, they jumped right on it and put all their efforts forward. And that's where we all came into the situation as founders to help push that out.
Oh, so you're one of the founders too. So out of curiosity too, like what number person were you to join the company?
So our CEOs had obviously added they'd been in it for 10 plus years. So they obviously had people behind their backs that they've full on wanted to, help get this out there. So they probably hired right away, like telling us about this whole industry. They had probably told maybe a select few people very close to them. And those people had reached out to one of me and my friends and had mentioned, there's a company out there, and she hopped right on it because it was obviously something that she had been looking forward to. And the more that I kind of understood what they were about and what they were trying to pursue, it just wasn't something I could turn down. So before even pre-launch, we were all set up and ready to go.
Oh, got it. So what role has the internet played in getting the business out there?
Honestly, it really has a lot. We were talking with, the company that does our back office and our internet and our websites and everything. And actually, when we had started, there was about, when we were ready to start our back office, there was about 85 or however many companies, and 85% of those companies had never met, even gotten to pre-launch. And the 90% of the companies that had hit the pre-launch had closed their doors before 3 months. We are on now month 7, and we've brought in over 8 million in sales, and we're just continuing to climb. So I feel like now that we're ready to fully launch and get our business 100% out there and get people running, I think just the momentum has changed and people are opening their eyes more like, okay, well, how are they doing it? What are they doing different that we could be doing?
Got it. So what's been the number one way you're looking to acquire customers as well too?
So I do a lot of testimonies. So, my mom has tried these CBD products. I've taken her testimony, how she feels. I have a lot of other friends that have tried these products that I also do testimonies on. I think just kind of putting our own, because people like to relate to you. They don't like to relate to pictures. They don't like to relate to numbers or whatever it may be. They like to relate to the people who are actually doing it. So I think the best way of getting it out there is honestly, just, myself using these products every day, just telling people how I feel afterwards, like how it's been beneficial in my life, how it's been changing and different things like that. And just getting that word out there that it's not, what the most people think, CBD might be. It's not, it's just, I think that's kind of the best way that we've gotten it out there is just using our own personal testimonies on them.
Oh, got it. And another question I got for you as well too, like if you had to take a look 6 months to a year into the future, where would you like to see Arieyl?
And honestly, I would like to see them one of the top, CBD networking companies. I mean, we even have girls that are not just doing the networking, they're putting up stands, they're going to markets, they're going to, like one of our girls just did a huge farmers market yesterday and had a whole table set up with all of our products, and they had so many people interested. Everyone got on the website, they were looking on the tablets, and they were doing, they were getting information about these products. So, in the future, I don't just want us to be a networking company. I don't just want to be online. I feel like we'll have more people putting it out there and starting hopefully storefronts. I know some people do their own website business with this thing already. So I kind of see us not only being networking. I feel like we would be at that point where we could have like a study building or a study, different people have study buildings to do their own business out of.
Got it. What would you say the biggest issue Arieyl is having right now?
The biggest issue they're having right now?
Yes, in terms like marketing, or is it like finding sources?
I mean, I think the hardest thing is so like with our business, we are not allowed to make medical claims. And I think that's kind of one of the hardest things, because when we struggle with a personal mental illness or when we struggle with a personal body issue, whatever it may be, we like to use the term for it. And sometimes it's kind of hard, getting it out there without having to make these medical claims and without having to, put ourselves in a situation that, we shouldn't be saying certain things like this. We need to be directing them this way, that type of thing. So, I mean, we're not really struggling a whole lot right now. We're actually doing really great with numbers and products and selling on the market. It keeps kind of coming back to just informing people and just getting it out there of what these products can do without making those medical claims or making those, just making those medical claims, honestly. It's the hardest part.
Got it. So like, where do you think your business would be if you can get around that successfully?
I mean, honestly, if we were able to portray it with the ways that we kind of are hoping to eventually get it out there, I feel like we could even have the more sales than we do now. And I mean, $8 million in sales in just under 7 months is wildly crazy, I think, for being a new launched company. I feel like we could have at least possibly doubled what we have had if we were able to do that, just because that is a big thing with people. Because we have to say like head pain, or if you have arm pain, or stomach problems, that type of thing.
8 million though in 5 months, that's absurd.
It's crazy, yeah, because we were going to launch July 1st and we had already made over 7 million in sales, and by just this last week or two, we had announced it that we had just made over 8 million in sales, and it's not necessarily.
Yep. And if somebody were to try one of your products, which one would you recommend they try first?
Honestly, I would have them try the I'm at my parents right now picking up my son, so I don't have the product with me. I kind of wish I did, but it's a sleepy gummy. It's a nighttime gummy. I really like that product because it does have lots of melatonin in it. It has CBD, it has CBN, that type of thing. It has all natural stuff that would help you, and it's not something that's going to make you groggy in the morning. Like I know to take a few sleeping pills to help me stay asleep at night, and waking up just makes you feel groggy. It makes you feel off. This stuff gives you energy when you wake up. It helps you fall asleep easily without tossing and turning. I would definitely highly recommend that one. That is one of our top seller products. There was another one that I definitely would have had them try, but we actually had to take it off the market just because it had Delta 8 in it. And there was a big thing going around with the Delta 8 recently.
No, yeah, Delta 8's been in the news for the wrong reasons, but there's a
And that was
market for it.
because our CEO Travis actually had gotten reached out from one of the credit card companies, not like a bank or anything, but it was a credit card company, specifically MasterCard.
Yep.
And I have a MasterCard and I haven't had an issue, but they said that they weren't going to approve anything with Delta 8 in it. And it was specifically because these companies are, posting videos of people sprawled out on the couch saying I can get legally high now. And that's just not what CBD does. And it's not what the hemp industry should be known for. So,
Yeah, I mean, Delta 8 not necessarily, you don't have like a long high from it like you would do with regular THC.
right. Yeah. And people don't understand that. And I just think portraying it as just making that hemp industry just look really bad. So we did have to take it down. We're hopefully, we do have another product that kind of took the place of it. It is a calm capsule. It's a little pink pill. It's a calm capsule. So we kind of introverted that to have it in there. But yeah, as of right now, that was our only Delta 8 product, and we just had to recently take it down for hopefully temporarily.
I think that personally, I think the biggest issue is to get the hemp products out to a massive population who is uneducated about the benefits and what each one is.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, because like not everybody wants to get high. They might want CBD, or if they want a small high, they can get Delta 8, or if they want the regular high, they can get THC. So there's 3 buckets they can choose from.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and that's why we always tell, we don't ever, we'll inform people of what, hey, if somebody asks me, hey, what does this do? Or, hey, what does the ginger do in this product? I can kind of inform them, but that's why we mainly have people just do your own research, write down your products, write down what you find on the web, and just educate yourself more. It'll be easier for you in the future, and it actually would be more beneficial because that way you know what you're taking.
No, yeah, of course. Out of curiosity too, are you guys developing other ways like to use the product? So like I know like because there are a lot of gummy products, tinctures. Is there any other way? So like any other ways to you guys are thinking about, hey, we can get somebody to consume CBD in this way. So it could be like a chocolate, it could be another type of food. You guys like planning that out too?
We actually do have one chocolate product. It's not necessarily like a gummy or like a straight ingestant, but we do have a Wildcat protein shake that we did make. It's supposed to help with your mood. It's supposed to help with like hormones, testosterone, that type of thing. It's our brownie batter. Tastes really good. It is right now our only chocolate product. But it's got ashwagandha in it. It's got CBD in it. It's got all these nice, ingredients in there. And the nice part about it is it's not chalky. Sometimes you have a mix and it can be chalky or it can be clumpy or whatever, slimy even. The nice part about this is you can mix it with water. You can mix it with milk. People even use our green tea, like our green goddess drink mix, and put it in there too, just to kind of have them work together. But as of right now, that is kind of our only chocolate product. We kind of have to be careful of how we make our products. We did have like Rockstar gummy worms, but they had stated because it looked too much like children's gummy worms, we had to actually take it off the market. So we are kind of careful on what we put out there and how we portray it. Like for instance, we just launched a birthday cake tincture and it tastes like cake and candy. That's great, but a child's not going to go up and put it under their tongue. It's not like candy. So we're hoping to get it out there a little bit more. We are actually hoping to get a children's line as well.
Oh, yeah. I know, like, because right now there's like the 21 age limit, but I believe CBD is beneficial to children as well too, because there have been a lot of cases where they've had seizures and it's completely reduced the cases.
I actually have girls on our team that do have children with seizures, and we never say like, hey, you can give this to kids too. We always say, consult your doctor on it, tell them what's in it, make sure it's safe, even for pregnant women. But it's something where I can give my son a half a little thing of the sleepy gummy, and he goes to sleep soundly, and he's not like wired when he wakes up. He's comfortably waking up at a normal time. And we do have women that have consulted the doctors that do give them the, the gummies for their seizures and stuff. It is something that we have, and it's something that's been approved. So,
or maybe it could be like something like, yeah, they got to get approval from the doctor for kids to use it from the parents.
for sure, yeah, we'll never tell you, yeah, go ahead and use it. We
Well,
always say
yeah.
consult your doctor first. Yeah.
Yeah, how old is your son, out of curiosity too?
He's 8.
Oh, he's 8 years
He's
old.
8. He actually has had a really hard time, like with school, paying attention, sitting still. My brother was like that. His dad's like that. He didn't really have a chance. He just kind of has that. So that's something where, if it's medically necessary, by all means, take medication for it. But I'm very much of all natural alternatives. You can. So I know that was something I consulted his doctor on, and they said that's okay. He was on Vyvanse, and I don't like the way that makes him feel. I don't like the way that makes him, not eat.
Yep. I mean,
benefited him.
I think it definitely would be beneficial to people with like ADD or ADHD, because I had that problem too growing up, where I couldn't sit still. I wasn't focusing in class. When I was on Adderall and Vyvanse, like I did improve with school work, but then I kind of was like, hey, if I stop taking this, I'm not sure I'm going to perform well in school. So like if I knew CBD, it was out there as a kid, I would have been much better.
I would have, yeah. And I don't think people understand that. Like they think it's just, maybe not as beneficial as people say it is, but by all means, most doctors will tell you that CBD is very beneficial for you, depending on the doctor, I suppose. But yeah, definitely consult your doctor, talk about it. It's not something that's not going to benefit you by any means.
Yeah, I think for somebody who's got saying oh, CBD doesn't do this, try it on yourself first to see if you know the effects. It's kind of that's what I did. Right. That's definitely positive.
For sleepy gummies too, you'd walk into a smoke shop or any type of shop, and if I'm not going to put it in my body, I'm not going to put it in my 8-year-old's body. I want to make sure that I know what he's taking and that it's all beneficial and natural for him.
Oh, of course. There's definitely some places I would not buy CBD products. One of them is a gas station. Or even a big retail shop. You don't know what they put in the
yeah, you never know. I even there was a girl that messaged our group the other day, and her boyfriend's mom had actually gotten she had gotten hallucinations from a CBD product she took.
Yeah.
And she said it's anytime she takes CBD. And I had told her, I said, probably look into that company and see what they're putting in there. I said, because if it's a straight CBD product, that's not what that does. And that's not what that's entitled to do. I said there would have been something else in there to give her that pulse reaction.
Yeah.
So for sure, look at those products and the ingredients.
No, I think, yes, the best way to go about it. Yeah, a farmer's market would probably be good most, because a lot of food at farmers markets are all natural. Even if you go online to make sure there's COAs and the products have COAs and the ingredients are listed clearly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they actually had a big hit with that yesterday. They weren't really surprised, but they were very grateful. They had a great hit with it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, another thing too, it's I think another issue we face too is I think we did touch on the education part of it too, but they don't teach us the endocannabinoid system in school.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
No, I kind of wish they would. I mean, people kind of look at it as teaching children too young, stuff they shouldn't know about, but it is something that you should know about. It's becoming a bigger industry than people realize, and more people are finding the benefits of it. And I mean, I've had people that are like, where was this all my life? I've been using it for 10 years and I've never felt better, or whatever it may be. Getting the word out there is better for people.
No, yeah, definitely is. And even too, but a lot of doctors go through medical school, they're taught about the prescription pills. They're not taught the natural ways. So they're going to be biased towards the pharmaceuticals.
Right. And most doctors should know the benefits of it, but like I said, it does depend on the doctor. It does depend on the education that they've had. And honestly, it just depends on the mindset. If people just think CBD is bad for you, it's it's not great for you, it's going to get you high. That's just something that they're going to have in their head until they're taught or informed otherwise. So, depending on that person, they might not be okay with it if you consult your doctor. Just be aware of that. Yeah.
That person could have just got a bad CBD product, one that wasn't good.
Right. And that's why I said there had to have been something in there. It hadn't been made right or something. So I told her to look into it more, but she said she's willing to try the products anyway. So it's kind of a, I guess, win-win situation. But Yeah.
Yeah. And what advice would you give to somebody who's thinking about entering the CBD space?
Sorry, repeat that one more time.
Yeah, what advice would you give to somebody who's thinking about like finding a way to get into CBD, like wants to get involved with the industry?
I mean, it's always a good idea to, obviously, I'm going to keep saying it, do your research first, get as much information as you can. That way, if you do enter a CBD business, you're not going in there blindsided. I've gone into a network company completely blindsided before, and it doesn't have to be a network company. It doesn't have to be a rural area. Like any type of CBD work you go into, you'll want your education on it first. And if not, make sure they train you on the education. But I would just, you know, the best advice I would say for people is start with that research and go into a company that you know is doing it for the good of the people and not the good of the money. The problem with these hemp businesses nowadays, now that they're making, Delta 8 a thing that's trying to be of the past, but it's not, it's in the future. People like that is in it just for money, and that's not going to get you anywhere. That's going to get you, people who look at you like, what are you doing to our industry? We're working really hard to get people the help that they need. And, people like that just make it very hard. So start with that research, and I would get in a company that you do your own research on. Make sure they're in it for the people, make sure they're in it to help people and not just to make the dollar. That's what I would say.
That's some good advice right there. And if somebody wants to reach out to you as well, too, what's the best way to contact Arieyl?
I mean, honestly, I don't know if you tagged me in this video, but you can definitely go on my profile, add me as a friend, message me personally. I believe my number is actually in there as well. You can reach out to me personally. But otherwise, I mean, we have a lot of girls that are out there now rooting our business. So, I mean, if you come across someone that, if you don't want to work with me personally, that's totally fine. But if you do find somebody that is representing that brand, reach out to them, see how they got started, see what they like about that company. The best thing I like about this company is they're literally in it for the people. Our CEOs give us goals that we hit on our own, and they reward us for it. We don't just hit our goals and we make money from people using our products. We make a lot of our money strictly from the higher ups, like the highest in the company, and they're only in it to help us get better and to help us help other people. That's what I love about my company.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. So if anybody's still watching, please like, comment, and subscribe. And Sydney, thank you again for being on. You're more than welcome to be back on for any future interviews.
Of course. Thank you, Henry. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you again.